6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has expressed Pakistan's keenness to continue working with United Arab Emirates towards a bright future for both countries and the region. Senate was informed today that foreign exchange reserves stand at $10 billion and the target is to take them to $13 billion by June. Interior Minister has called for greater dialogue among all stakeholders to steer the country out of prevailing crisis. At the United Nations, Pakistan has called for ensuring global access for all nations, especially for the developing countries, to the emerging technologies. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has expressed deep concern over continued unlawful detention of thousands of Kashmiris for opposing India's illegal occupation. Russia has announced to stop sharing all advanced information about missile tests with the United States. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has felicitated Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan on his appointment as the Vice President of United Arab Emirates. In a tweet today, the Prime Minister also congratulated Sheikh Khalid bin Mahmoud bin Zayed Al Nahyan on his appointment as the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. Shehbaz Sharif said, "As a brotherly country, we look forward to continuing our strong partnership and working together towards a brighter future for our people and the region." Senate today passed the Supreme Court Practice and Procedure Bill 2023. It was moved by Law Minister Azam Nazir Tarar. Sharing main features of the bill, Law Minister Azam Nazir Tarar said it proposes constitution of the benches and allocation of cases by a committee comprising Chief Justice and two senior-most judges. The Senate was informed today that the foreign exchange reserves stand at about $10 billion and the target is to take them to $13 billion by June this year. Leader of the House and Minister for Finance Ishaq Dar told the House during question hour that there has been improvement in foreign exchange reserves over the last 5 weeks. He said the government has not deferred any international obligation ever since coming to power and is making timely payments. He said our external debt has actually gone down. The minister said there is no question of default and the country will meet all its obligations. He said there should not be any politics on the economy. Regarding the agreement with IMF, Ishaq Dar said technical discussions with the lender have been completed. The House will now meet tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. Interior Minister Rana Sanaullah has called for a greater dialogue among all stakeholders, including opposition and treasury benches, to steer the country out of prevailing multiple crises. Talking to newsmen outside Supreme Court in Islamabad today, he said this greater dialogue will help in evolving a consensus over Charter of Economy, Charter of Democracy, and Charter of Peace. The Interior Minister said the government respects and honors the opinion of Chief Justice and other judges of the Apex Court. However, if the dialogue is to be held only for optics purpose, it will serve nothing. Replying to a question, the Interior Minister said our armed forces are fully competent and capable enough and carrying out intelligence-based operations against terrorists on daily basis. They are also rendering sacrifices for the defense of the motherland. Rana Sanaullah said threats of terrorism still exist, but all the relevant authorities are in coordination and discharging their duties to root out this menace. This is Radio Pakistan. Speaker National Assembly Raja Parvez Ashraf says the Golden Jubilee of Constitution of Pakistan 1973 will be celebrated with national zeal and fervour. He was briefing the media persons at the Parliament House in Islamabad today about the arrangements made to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of the Constitution. The Speaker said the hall at State Bank of Pakistan building in Islamabad, where the Assembly met in 1973 and passed the historic law, will be declared a national asset. He said the joint sitting of the parliament on 10th of next month will also be held in the same hall. He said a monument will be constructed to depict the parliamentary and constitutional history of Pakistan, for which two sites have been identified in the federal capital. Raja Parvez Ashraf said speech competitions titled "My Constitution Guarantees My Freedom" are being held among students to educate them about the constitution and democratic system of Pakistan. Besides, a photographic exhibition depicting constitutional history of the country will also be part of these celebrations. The speaker said commemorative postage stamps and coins will also be issued to mark the Golden Jubilee. Raja Parvez Ashraf said the Constitution of 1973 is a great achievement of former Prime Minister Shahid Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. He said it is the 1973 Constitution that has kept all the federating units united. He said the country's progress can only be ensured by upholding the supremacy and enforcement of the Constitution in real sense. Pakistan has called for strengthening of media in developing countries to combat fake news, as factual information is the greatest need of the people. Taking part in discussion at the UN, Deputy Permanent Representative of Pakistan, Ambassador Amir Khan, expressed concern over Islamophobia, xenophobia, discrimination and hate speech, saying these issues need to be further discussed. He called for ensuring global access for all nations, organizations and individuals to the emerging technologies, especially for the developing countries. King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center has completed distribution of third and fourth phase of non-food item kits amongst the flood-affected people in Punjab and Sindh. As a result, a total number of kits distributed has gone to 50,000 and 350,000 individuals benefited from these packages. Each non-food item comprises of 2 blankets, a shelter kit with plastic mat, kitchen set and antibacterial soaps. These relief packages were distributed in cooperation with NDMA. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, All Parties Hurriyat Conference leadership has expressed deep concern over the continued unlawful detention of thousands of Kashmiris languishing in jails for opposing India's illegal occupation of their homeland. In a statement in Srinagar, the APHC leadership said the Narendra Modi-led fascist Indian government is deliberately prolonging the detention of Kashmiri prisoners to victimize them for their political beliefs. The leadership said the Modi regime has arrested thousands of civilians in the occupied territory since its illegal and unilateral action of 5 August 2019. Amnesty International has criticized India for using anti-terror and anti-money laundering laws against religious minorities in the country. In its latest report, the State of World's Human Rights 2022-23 Human Rights Group said the Indian government selectively and viciously cracked down on religious minorities. It said the punitive demolition of homes of Muslims and their businesses were carried out with impunity. The report said several Kashmiri journalists were arrested, including Fahad Shah, Asif Sultan and Sajjad Gul. Similarly, peaceful protesters defending minority rights were treated as threat to public order. Russia has announced to stop sharing all information about missile tests with the United States. Talking to news agencies in Moscow, Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Russia will no longer give the US advance notice about its missile tests as envisioned under a nuclear pact. Such notices have been an essential element of strategic stability for decades to make sure that neither country mistakes a missile test for an attack. In the Philippines, at least 31 people were killed when a passenger ferry caught fire in Basilan province. A Coast Guard official said 9 people were injured in the fire while 230 rescued. In Colombia, 9 soldiers have been killed and 9 others wounded in a militant attack on a paramilitary unit securing Northern Pipeline. The assailants attacked with long-range weapons and improvised explosive devices near the Venezuelan border. And finally, the weather. Rain, wind, and thunderstorm is expected in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Punjab, Kashmir, Islamabad, and northeastern Balochistan during the next 12 hours. However, isolated hailstorm is expected during the forecast period. Isolated heavy falls are also likely in northeastern Punjab and upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And this is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.